So, hello VC and whoever's watching. Long time no see. This is a new video. After I got the collection, the one that I made the last video about, I had a little of time of a break. I wanted to get really through that collection, listen to everything. But every now and then there were a few good, or let's say great occasions to get new stuff. In fact, actually, like 1 week ago, 1.5, I got another collection, which I will show to you soon. But like besides that, I got a lot of lovely, nice stuff, which I want to show to you and share with you. So let's get right into it. This is, I think, the oldest thing that I got after the collection. It's Bob Dylan and the band, the Bootleg series. This is the Basement Tapes Raw, and it's a free LP box set coming like this. Very individually designed sleeves, even individually designed labels. Comes along with a great booklet. So I had a lot of good stuff about the booklet series by Bob Dylan. You get a lot of interesting stuff. You get to hear news sites from Dylan, and I'm a huge fan of the band of Dylan, and especially of this time of their musical career when they were just hanging out in Woodstock, recording songs in a basement. That's why there's the name. And great songs from Dylan were released after their sessions down there, and of course music from Big Pink and the Brown album by the band were also mainly recorded around those sessions. So it's a great way to get to dive deeper into this music, those records, those songs, because in this you have alternate versions, never released versions, and it sounds great. It's good sound quality, and I think there's one Basement Tapes from '75. I think it was released, and it's a double album, but to have free LPs to get into it is a great way. I bought it used in a record store, so it was very cheap. I think the CD's missing, or the two CDs, but I'm not so much into CDs, so it was a great deal for me, and I am happy that I got it. The next one is something totally different. This is Lou Reed, New York. This is the European pressing on Sire. And I finished a Lou Reed biography recently, and got more into his music, into his life, and whenever you check out his like top 10 or maybe even top 5 lists of his best albums, this is almost always in the top 10 at least, mostly in the top 5 as well. And after listening to some other stuff by him, I wanted to get deeper into it, get more material from him, and I found this at a record fair for a very nice, good price. It's a great condition, and as the sticker says, even with the German lyrics in it. So yeah, glad that I got this one. At the same record fair, I got this album. This is Grand Funk Railroad live album. Though it says Grand Funk on the spin, it's actually Grand Funk Railroad. But anyways, like the band changed the name, I think 2 times in their history. Like originally Grand Funk Railroad, then for a short period Grand Funk, then again Grand Funk Railroad. But don't ask me. This is a great live recording by the band. There's another one like called in the Act, but this is at least around here the most common one that you see. It's a lovely gatefold, and you get what you see on the cover, I guess, like when you see this live picture, high energy blues rock, hard rock. It's a great thing. If you like the Grand Funk Railroad, you won't be disappointed by their live album. The next one is actually pretty old too. This is the Yardbirds, For Your Love. So this is an American album. I think it was never released in the UK or Europe. So it was just specially designed for the US market. There's sometimes they did this with Stones or Beatles records as well. So they quite differ from the original versions or the original albums. As the title says, For Your Love, this one is mostly built around this song, For Your Love, the hit song, which I really, really like and love. And actually, I had a very nice chance in a city around here, like an hour away. It's called Regensburg. There was a great concert with an amazing lineup, like Dave Kelly from the Blues Band was playing the Quarrymen, so the first Beatles school band, and also on top was Jim McCarthy playing. He played mostly guitar and played songs from Renaissance or solo records. They played a few Yardbirds songs as well. And after that, it was like a very small venue. You had a chance to meet the guy, to have a little chat and talk to him, and he was very kind. He signed it to me, and yeah, I'm just really glad that I got it. It's not the best sound quality, but I love the cover art. I love the song, and the interesting thing about this, it's released on Epic. The vinyl looks like VG, so a lot of hairlines, but when you play it, it sounds actually really nice. Like, despite the general sound quality, you don't hear the hairlines. It's a very thick vinyl, so I think more than 180 gram. I think it's pretty interesting that those records from the 60s, that this is like almost 60 years old, but it sounds still very good, despite all those hairlines. And it can definitely compete like with modern pressings. So when you see that modern pressings that look like near mint actually have like sound problems because the vinyl material is not that good. Yeah, so a nice one for the collection and a nice memory with Jim McCarthy. The next one, I think I told it like a couple of times in the last videos that I got more into Krautrock, and that's why I got this one too. This is Amon Düül, called Tanz der Lemminge. So dance of the what are they called? I don't know. It's they're mammals in the same like squirrels and rats and mice, but I don't know the name. German, just Tanz der Lemminge. This is a Munich band. It's more experimental music with, oh, check out just the backside. I think it looks amazing. This could be modern cover art. So you don't see that this is like over more than 50 years old. So yeah, I'm on YouTube. Sorry for that. Great band from Munich. They were kind of lived in an alternative way. A lot of people in one apartment, sharing everything, and in this area around, they created this music. Actually, there's another band called Amon Düül, and there was kind of a split in the band. I can't remember whether it was like political, for whether they split for political reasons or because of lifestyle reasons. But in the end, you had two band versions. Amon Düül I had like, you can say, like the more proficient musicians. So that's why Amon Düül 2 or 2 are actually more known these days, or when people talk about Amon Düül, they mostly mean Amon Düül 2. And like bands like Can, Kraftwerk, their Amon Düül 2 is always mentioned when it's about Krautrock. This is like one of the classical Krautrock bands, and I got it for a very good price. Yeah, by the way, it's sorry for that. It comes on the Liberty label. So this is the original German pressing, and I think it's quite fun. Like late 60s, early 70s, even major labels signed underground bands because I didn't know what it was that they had in front of them, but they didn't want to miss like the next big thing, and that's why those underground bands got a record contract. And there's another band called Faust. They were signed to Polydor, and like they were by the management, they were like they told the record company, this is the new Beatles, you don't want to miss out, and they spent hundreds and thousands for this band, but it was just underground. And these days, it's they're like pioneers, like in the avant-garde and alternative music styles. But back then, like the major labels, they bought everything. Yeah. So the next one, this is The Doors, Absolutely Live. Great live record by a great band. I think if you're a Doors fan, this is essential. This is the German pressing on the Butterfly Electro label, and it's actually misspelled. So it's Absolutely Live with the F. Which I think it tells you it's a second pressing, something like that. Definitely an early pressing. I got this with another album I will show you after that. Great live performance. I really enjoyed the song Who Do You Love? I grew up with the version by the band played on The Last Waltz with Ronnie Hawkins. So this is to me like the definite version, or the one that I have in my ear when I think about a song. But also the original Bootlegs I is fantastic, and in fact I love every band that tries a cover, or just I always want to check out what did they do made out of it. So the Doors have a great version on it. It's the first track, and also I highly recommend Quicksilver Messenger Service. They have a fantastic version on one of the albums, Happy Trails. So check it out, definitely worth it. So as I said, this was a double pack. I got this record by the Doors. This was the other one, Anthem of the Sun by the Grateful Dead, of course. I think it's lovely cover art, just very psychedelic. This was recommended by so many YouTube channels who said like essential, top 10 essential psychedelic record albums, whatever. So I definitely want to get it. Wanted to get it. This is the original Warner Brothers label, German pressing, first pressing, and I think there was actually just one German pressing. The other one were very much later and went in European pressing. So yeah, this is the original one. I got it for a very good price, especially with the other one in combination. And so far I hadn't a chance to listen to it. I bought another Grateful Dead album after this one, which I have already listened to, but this one I still have to give it a spin. But actually, I actually can't wait. It just looks fantastic. Yeah, so much about this. Yeah, so as I said, I bought those two records, and when they arrived, there was a third one in the packing, and the buyer, without telling, put another album in it, which was just a fantastic, very nice thing to do. So this is the Grateful Dead, Blowing a Rainbow Life. It's a bootleg from Portland, Maine, March 31st, 85. It comes on yellow, orange vinyl, white label. Great sound quality, and a really nice bootleg, especially I Need a Miracle. I love that song. I'm not a big fan of Shakedown Street, but I Need a Miracle, it's a pretty great one, or the best track on this album, actually, just in my opinion. And this is a great live album. Just can put it on, and it's a lot of jamming going on. As always, with the Grateful Dead, always usual. Yeah, so as I said, I bought Anthem of the Sun, which is the second album, and then I thought, okay, what about the first one, which you see a few times around. It doesn't appear too often, and then it's like 100% of the time it's a reissue. So I went online, checked Discogs for the first time, and found this German original pressing. Saying VG Blast for the vinyl and the cover, but to be honest, it looks just fantastic. Maybe a few hairlines every now and then, but to consider this like almost 60 years old, comes on this gray old style Warner Brothers label, and plays fantastic. Though it's not like the typical Grateful Dead album, like when you compare it to the later stuff, it definitely has the Grateful Dead sound, and it's very enjoyable to see where the band started, where they went. And especially Viola Lee Blues is a great jam song, more than 10 minutes long, or something like 10 minutes. So really cool one to get, especially considering this was like released in Germany. Like there was a band around San Francisco Bay Area, were known there back then. Didn't have a huge hit or anything, and still the first album was released in Germany back then at this time. I think it's quite a nice thing, and actually my first very good experience with Discogs, buying a record there. So the next one, this is Garcia, a solo record by Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead. So you see, this vinyl horn's very much focused on the Grateful Dead. This has cover songs on it, and they're like it's like the typical Jerry Garcia / Grateful Dead sound. Though I don't think any of the other band played on it. I'm not sure about this one, but great songs that you know, but then you hear it in this version, like Grateful Dead stylish, Jerry Garcia stylish, and I mostly enjoyed whereas Let's Spend the Night Together by the Rolling Stones. So when you know this song and compared to this one, just a great version, and you can see like Jerry Garcia was a fantastic musician, like what he heard in in those songs, in those original songs, and what he made out of them, and gave him his unique style. So glad to get this. This is a French pressing. It's a reissue, I think, from '78, something like that. But still a great one to get. Then the next one, Formal Left. Yeah, this is an upgrade pressing for the one that I have. This is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. As you can see, it's a half-speed master recording, and I think it's the older one. Like there are two versions. I think this is the no, sorry, it's the second. It's the second half-speed master recording pressing. But so as you can see, it comes on the Columbia label. I think it's then a US pressing, and what can I say? Like sound-wise, it's great. Over the last couple of months, I had a chance to get great new equipment, sound equipment, and I would say like for the first time by now, I'm actually able to get the full sound out of records like this. So I'm really happy that I found it. It was actually on eBay Kleinanzeigen. The seller was like wasn't that much into record collecting. He was selling it for a friend or something like that, and so his description was a little bit. It could be like a lot, but we made a very good price. I think it was like 40 years in the end for that, and I said, okay, I take the risks. I want to check it out, and it turned out to be a great version. It's, I would say, VG+, conservatively spoken, but one of the Pink Floyd albums of all time. Great sound, especially with the new equipment, with new gear, and I just love the alternative cover art. So this is one of the other photos that I took when they did the photo shoot, and just great one. As a Pink Floyd fan, I'm just glad to have it and to add it to the collection. The next one is the Phases. A Nod is as good as a wink. To a Blind Horse. Sorry for that. Yeah. So on the back side, you see the rest of the title. I don't think there's anything left to say about the Phases. Great band, coming after the Small Faces with Rod Stewart and Ron Wood, playing great rock and roll blues, maybe sometimes even a little bit hard rock. I would say mostly very nice blues rock, and in my opinion, this was like Ron Wood's high point, like playing in the Phases. He played guitar and he could do his thing, just great. And this is no exception from that. Comes with the great hit "Stay With Me," and just like this track, the rest of the album is just fantastic. So definitely check it out. But you can say it about all the Phases records. Whenever you see one, I think I was never disappointed by grabbing any of them, even if it was a blind buy. I can recommend them. The next one, as I said, the Krautrock thing. This is one of the Krautrock classics as well. This is Can, Ege Bamyasi. And found it online too. Very nice price. Mostly a very nice seller. So we had a lovely chat. He showed me his other stuff that he had in his collection, and he was like downsizing. I think we found a very fair and nice price for both of us, and yeah, what can I say? It's just classic Krautrock cover art. Just the same with Amon. When people think about Krautrock, and then most of the time Can are mentioned, and Kraftwerk and Neu, and the thing about it is this is actually not rock, so the term Krautrock doesn't fit that good, and still those are like the big names that appear when you think about Krautrock, about a genre. But just with Tago Mago that I bought earlier, I decided I have to get more into Can and to get more of their stuff. So Ege Bamyasi on the original German pressing, on United Artists. So the thing that I said before with Liberty signing Amon Düül, like one of the major labels, you have another big label signing like an underground band and releasing this very interesting record. So last record for today. This was a buy from Discogs as well. It was listed very cheap. I don't know why. It's the original. It's no counterfeit. One that I wanted for a long time. This is Clear Blue Sky, like Clear Blue Sky. Comes with lovely cover art, designed by Roger Dean, who made a lot of the Yes albums and Uriah Heep albums. So great design. in my opinion, just worth it for that. But also it's fantastic music. It's very heavy organ-based rock, hard rock, blues rock. There's a lot of soloing going on, so mostly on side one. You might get tired of this at one point, but still great melodies, and especially side two is fantastic. Great record. In my eyes, one of the essential Vertigo Swirl titles if you're into the hard rock, blues rock stuff that this label released. So the thing is, today I think a lot of people make a big thing about Vertigo just because of the label. So even if they're not into fusion or jazz rock, they say, yeah, the nuclear stuff, this is great. To me, just my personal opinion, I think it sounds just like the other stuff, or like a lot of fusion records. But because it's released on Vertigo, you can ask like double the price or 3 times the price that other albums or other artists are selling. And sometimes, or I experience personally, not every record like fits that that expectation when you hear about Vertigo, but this is definitely the exception. Great record, great title on Vertigo. So feel free to check it out. I recommend it. And yeah, that's it for today. I'll make another video, part 2. I got to another record show. And as I said, I had a chance to get another collection, which I will show soon too. And I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.